In this lesson, we're going to explore the idea of talking about our hobbies, or the things we do in our free time. In Japanese, the word for hobbies is shumi. Shumi, meaning hobbies. Shumi. If we have a hobby that can be explained with a noun, it's a very simple concept. We put the noun after shumi wa and before des. For example, in Japan, one of the most popular things children do, particularly if it's snowing outside and they can't play sport, is origami. Shumi wa origami desu. My hobby is origami. Shumi wa origami desu. Flower arranging is also a very common pastime in Japan. Shumi wa ikebana desu. Ikebana desu. Bana from hana, the word from flowers. Ikebana desu. Flower arranging. We could also use a few English terms like gardening. Gardening used to be called niwa no soji, the cleaning of the garden, but they use the English expression now as a hobby. Gardening desu. Shumi wa gardening desu. Most Japanese have very small gardens, even if they do have a garden, so they'd be lucky to be able to have that as a hobby. Shumi wa sports desu. Shumi wa sports desu. My hobbies are sports. Somebody who does nothing but play sport all the time may answer that question. Shumi wa cycling desu. Shumi wa cycling. As it sounds, cycling or riding a bicycle. Cycling desu. My hobbies are cycling. Shumi wa computer desu. Those computer fanatics who are always on their computer, playing different things on their computer or learning different things on the computer. Shumi wa computer desu. My hobbies are the computer. Shumi wa ryoko desu. You'd have to be rather wealthy to have this as a hobby, but travel. Ryoko. Shumi wa ryoko desu. My hobby is traveling. Shumi wa ryoko desu. So if your hobby is a noun or a thing, it's very easy to explain that that is what you like to do. If you have a hobby which is an action, like uta o utaimasu, singing songs, we have to change the verb into the plain form. Piano o hikimasu might be your hobby, to play the piano. Piano o hikimasu. Guitar o hikimasu. To play the guitar. Guitar o hikimasu. That's a hobby that a person may have. Guitar o hikimasu. E o kakimasu. To draw pictures may be somebody's hobby. E o kakimasu. Drawing pictures. Nihongo o naraimasu. To learn Japanese might be somebody's hobby. Nihongo o naraimasu. Ryori o tsukurimasu. To cook. To prepare something and cook. Ryori o tsukurimasu. Or you may have a hobby which is shousetsu o yomimasu. To read novels. Shousetsu o yomimasu. Some people have a hobby, shashin o torimasu. To take photos. Shashin o torimasu. Some people might like to climb mountains. Yama ni noborimasu. Yama ni noborimasu. Or maybe it's your hobby to ride your bike. Jitensha ni norimasu. Now, to say these are our hobbies, we need to change them into the plain form and add koto desu, the fact of doing. It makes our phrase into a noun. Uta o utaimasu becomes uta o utau koto desu. Singing songs. Piano o hikimasu would become piano o hiku koto desu. Shumi wa piano o hiku koto desu. is the fact of playing the piano or the concept of playing the piano. ギターを弾くことです。趣味はギターを弾くことです。絵を描くことです。Drawing pictures. 絵を描くことです。日本語を習うことです。日本語を習うことです。The learning of Japanese is my hobby. 料理を作ることです。Making, cooking or cooking. 小説を読むことです。Reading novels. 写真を撮ることです。Taking photos. Simply putting the verb into the plain form and adding ことです。山に登ることです。The climbing of mountains is my hobby. 山に登ることです。趣味は山に登ることです。My hobby is climbing mountains. 自転車に乗ることです。The fact of riding a bike. 自転車に乗ることです。趣味は自転車に乗ることです。My hobby is riding my bicycle. So we need to change our verb into the plain form and add ことです to make it a noun, to say that that is our hobby. We can also use the expression the thing に興味があります and that means I have an interest in. 興味があります I have 興味 an interest. So we could simply say 音楽に興味があります I have an interest in music. 生け花に興味があります I have an interest in flower arranging. 美術に興味があります I have an interest in art. 美術に興味があります。陶芸に興味があります。I have an interest in pottery. コンピューターに興味があります。I have an interest in computers.